Hello everybody, and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Rule the Waves. Last episode, we spent the entire, 24-odd minutes building our legacy fleet, aka the fleet that we start the game with. And as you can see, my fleet is very small. We have another large wave of ships under construction. And they're not going to take that long. Like, the Minesweepers will be off in 2 to 3 months, Destroyers in 4 to 5 months, and then we can start opening up the light cruisers and the heavy cruisers. The first thing I need to do, though, is take care of this red number, tonnage on foreign stations. Now, this is telling me that basically the public wants its colonies protected with a certain amount of ships. So what we're going to do is take our ship that's purpose-designed to be in a foreign station and send them to a foreign station, And as you can see, boom. That clears right up. That basically means this ship is kind of amorphously sent to patrol the colonies. And we are going to, actually, what we're going to do first is make sure we have at least a little bit of intelligence on everybody where we might be fighting. Now, that's going to cost us a little bit of money, and I think what we're going to do is focus on some research here. Now, things I want to focus on as Germany are going to be... Let's see, how do we want to do this? Light forces and torpedo warfare. Torpedo technology. And submarines. That's what we're going to focus on, and we're going to increase the amount of our budget that goes to research so that we stay ahead on tech. Now, that's going to cost us a little bit of money, but we have a little bit of wiggle room right now. So we're going to hit turn, and we are going to proceed into the game. Now, every single time you hit the turn button, you are going to get a message like this that pops up that just gives you a little overview of what's going on in the game. Great Britain laid down a pre-dreadnought of the Argonaut class. France laid down the destroyer. Japan laid down some destroyers, and so on and so forth. A lot of this stuff isn't going to be super important, so I'm not going to go over every single line every single time it pops up. And every single time that you hit the turn button, you progress 1 month into the game. Here we go. Germany, February 1900. The Nationalist Party managed to persuade the Kaiser to authorize increased funding for the Navy. So, my funding just went up. Our ship, the Minesweeper, has been commissioned. That's fine. And you can see our monthly balance is actually a little bit better because our funding went up. The Kaiser was convinced to give the Navy more funding. And we finished construction of a Minesweeper. But these are all going to start popping off pretty quickly now. Minesweeper, 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 Minesweeper. Yeah, there we go. Our ship, these ships have been commissioned into the Navy. You can see our monthly balance has gone way up because we're no longer building those. But we're going to start using that by resuming construction of some of our cruisers. Convoy raiding in like World War I style combat. Super effective, just super effective. And I'm gonna wait for these destroyers to pop off before destroyers are commissioned to the Navy. Before we start unlocking some more of these or resuming construction. Commission destroyers. Nothing really crazy going on. So this one's under construction. Let's resume construction on this one, and we're gonna be okay in that. In service. There we go. And we're going to keep all these ships in service. Our relations with Russia take a sudden turn for the worse. When this bar gets to this line, you're at war. There are rumors U.S. are trouble mastering the principles of hardened AP penetrators. So the U.S. has failed in some of their research. Let's see. These tensions are going to go up based on what the enemy is doing and what you're doing. Commissioned the light cruiser Phaeton. Our top spy has managed to get a hold of blueprints of the new French dreadnought, or pre-dreadnought, Ocean, currently under construction. That's Matahari, I believe. So this is the ship the French are currently constructing of the Magenta class, the Ocean. Let's see. I don't think it has a picture now. It's got 4 12-inch guns. It's got 16 6-inch guns in double turrets on the sides. I find that interesting because they probably don't have any, because the game, we've only gone a few months into the game, they probably don't have, unless they got super lucky, research that allows their secondary armament to fire efficiently. So their secondary armament is, I'm going to say, much weaker than mine, but their primary armament is more powerful. So in a situation where I was fighting a ship like this with one of my Kowalski class pre-dreadnoughts, it would probably be beneficial to try to close the range to a point, to get the range to a point where my 7-inch guns, which has a greater range and rate of fire than their 6-inch guns, I'm assuming, could most effectively work. Because then my secondary armament could pummel their ship, while their secondary armament would have a reduced rate of fire and maybe would be out of optimal range. That's good to know, because France is a potential enemy. Oh, we got our first little pop-up, our first choice. One of our agents seems to have been caught in Japan. Japan I have good relations with and would be a good ally, so I'm going to make, deny any involvement here, which is going to lower my prestige. If your prestige gets too low, you lose. Basically, you're replaced as, like, Secretary of the Navy. Learn that the hard way. One of our major shipyards is short on orders and offer to build another unit of the Gamma-class light cruiser in 18 months at a 10% discount. I'm going to take that offer, actually, because I love me some light cruisers. And that popped him up on here. We got, this one's almost done, this one's almost done. So this one's taking a little bit longer, but it's cheaper. U.S. is sounding out with me. The U.S. I've never had that happen before. That is cool. Guys that can make it to save our defense expenditure. What do you say? This is an excellent idea. Together we can safeguard our interests. Perhaps it'd be better to call International Disarmament Conference. No, I don't want that. We will be stronger alone. I am going to do this. Together we can safeguard an ally with the U.S. as Germany. So now me and the U.S. are allies. Okay, I've never had that happen before. Russia has increased their naval budget. That's something to watch out for, because that's the person I'm probably going to end up going to war with, is Russia. Let's see. The British scientists have trouble mastering the principles of power rammers. So power rammers would increase rate of fire for the primary guns, I think. This will bring funds into the red. Ooh, I gotta... That one ship that we just started construction, we're going to have to halt that. Because we don't have a lot of money. God, now we're completely out. New ship under construction. The battleship has a top speed of 19 knots and a belt armor of 8.5 inches. That's actually lower than mine. I believe mine's 9 inches. All right, and we're gonna have to knock another one of these off. We're only gonna be we only can afford to construct one ship at a time, it looks like. There's been international upheaval in North Korea. We send an expeditionary force to restore order. There's a chance that we could take it as a colony. This risks increasing tension with Japan considerably, and other nations might object. I'm okay with that. Send a force. Restores order in North Korea. Oh, wow. I didn't actually expect that to work, and that pissed Russia off. Research breakthrough, armor development, Krupp armor, 1% saving on armor. So now our armor is reduced in weight by 1% when we go to rebuild or build a new ship. All right, so, wow, nice. North Korea, on base capacity of 100, value of 5, ports. Doesn't have any oil, but it's nice to have. And this is Tsingtao, yeah. Cool. That's gonna mean that's gonna mean if we go to war with like Russia, because they got bases all over the place over here, we're going to run into trouble over there. But I think that's okay. All right, that light cruiser is finished. That one light cruiser. So now we gotta, let's see, let's resume this one. Right now our naval expenditure is minuscule. Ah, speak of the devil. So because our tensions with Russia are so high, some party members managed to pass a bill authorizing additional funding for the Navy. Wants to raise armament expenditures. What is your reaction? Excellent. That might put me at war with Russia. So that's, well, we could do it this way. That might get us right, this is going to be, This is going to be really close. Okay, I don't think that counts as war. Let's see what research breakthrough, turret and gun mountings, hydraulic recoils, gradual national rate of fire improvement. So as time goes on, we'll get a higher rate of fire. Okay. I don't think we can do another one of these just yet. No, we can. We can get another one going. Reduce Oh, no, we can't reduce financing for a luxury yacht for the head of state. No. That's gonna risk my prestige, but... Oh, and we just had a research breakthrough for torpedoes. So, let's see. Improved hydrostatic valve. Torpedoes now have a range of 800 at a speed of 25 knots, or a range of 2,000, I believe that's meters, at 15 knots. So that's really shitty. Okay. Now this is hairy right here. One more basically anything will cause me and Russia to go to war, and my navy is not up to snuff right now. The Kaiser wants to hold an international naval gathering, a sailing regatta in competition. This will strengthen our international standing with lessen tension, but the money to finance the event will be taken out of our naval budget. Let's see. So what will this do? So this will put me at war. It's not a good time for such an event. All money needs to be allocated to buying warships. Okay. Improved surface condenser, 1% saving on machinery. Now that doesn't go straight in. Just keep that in mind. That doesn't go straight into your ships. That's when you build a new ship or refit an old ship. Pardon me while I take a sip of water out of my bottle. My water bottle. Have made unexpected advances in fire control. Coincidence rangefinder, gradual national accuracy improvement. Now the coincidence rangefinder. Oh, here we go. Another enables building of destroyers up to 600 tons. Oh, and another one. Wow. May of 1901. A lot of research. Pressure hulls for submarines, which we haven't built a single one yet. Keep that in mind. I really wish I had more heavy cruisers and light cruisers right now. But our spending is real low, really low, and my prestige is low. I can't take any more hits to my prestige. If it gets down to 0, if I don't even know where the threshold is. But I think I lost when it got down to like 14 before. I would like to hold off on war until these 2 light cruisers are done. Private shipbuilding is expanding. Max dockside increased by 1,000 tons. The Helen has finished her working up. Counterintelligence believe that Italy's stolen submarine technology from us. Yeah, as you can see, when ships are brand new, their crews, not as good. A lot of effort into gunnery training. Actually, we might want to focus on some training myself. Yeah, I think we should. Let's do it. Gunnery training. Because we might be going to war soon. Costs a little bit more. Alright, there's been an international upheaval in Borneo. If we send an expedition... Okay, so this is another one. Is this going to put me at war? No, actually, our tension went down, so I think I could do this one too. Situation has spiraled out of control. A local warlord has taken over as president. Our expedition cannot affect the situation. You are criticized in the press for your vainglorious colonial schemes. Oh, and we're at war with Russia now. Yep, Germany and Russia are in a state of war. Alright, so, and we might have a surprise battle here. Battle size large. Forces in area. They have more battleships, more heavy cruiser. They have, well, I have... Just because it says these are available in the area doesn't mean that it's what's going to happen. But I think we have to accept this. All right. We are in our first battle. This is the battle map. This is what we're going to work with. And it looks like... Thought I saw someone down here. German Battle Division 17. I don't even know what that is. Little triangle flags are AI control, and square flags are player controlled. So I've got my light cruiser squadron is what I have available to me right now, and I can take control of these other guys if I want, and I get close enough. Okay. Now I want to check to see if I have. I don't remember. If I have sound? There are some battle sounds I wanted on, but I had them off before because they were annoying. Preferences. Let's do explosions only. Hits and explosions. Open fire and hits. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I think that's fine. Pause on identification of enemy ships. Capital ships. No, we don't need a pause. Yeah, pause on hits to capital ships. That's fine. Okay. All right. So, now, no, this is what I was meaning when I said just because it says those are available in the area doesn't mean that that is what's going to be. It means that those ships are somewhere in here, on my side, on their side. This is what I have to work with. I don't know what they're going to have to work with. So we are going to grab control of this fleet. We're going to tell them to turn this way. And we are going to turn... Oh, motherfucker. Okay, these are German transports. So it looks like this is going to be a convoy defense situation. And is that... That's a V3. That's the V3. That's one of mine. So what we're going to do... Alright, these guys are all heading south. We are going to swing our heavy cruisers to the north. And we are going to see if... Because the Russians should be coming from this direction. So we are going to head in that direction. And every time I hit spacebar, what's going on right now is 1 minute is progressing. And I mean, I have 1,000 minutes to take care of this. And the destroyers should be set to support me. They are. They're set to follow the light cruiser division, and they're on the support role. So they're just going to support me in whatever I do. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this on run, and we're going to see what happens. There's a chance we might not even find the Russians. Nope, there they are. It's a Russian light cruiser. He has 8 6-inch guns, encasements, and 24 3-inch guns. Holy fuck. That is a secondary armament, all right. Now, if you look at mine, I've got 8 6-inch guns and no secondary armament. So, I'm going to want to stay out of range of his 3-inch guns because his are encasements, which means they're susceptible to damage. Mine are turrets, which means they're less susceptible to damage. So, we are going to go to max speed, and we're going to go 1 minute at a time and see if we can't intercept this guy. Let's see. That's my gun range right now. No, that's spotting range. That's my gun range. So we're outside of range right now. All right, so he's turning towards me. I'm going to prevent... oh, and there we go. We open fire. Now, this is on rear admiral mode, which basically means you can... On admiral mode, you have very broad strokes. On captain mode, you have all the minutia. This is rear admiral mode, which basically means you can control some things. Some things are under AI control. It's right in the middle. So, if it's 3-on-1, I'm fine. And okay, no hits yet. I mean, we have way more 6-inch guns firing right now than he does. But right now, he's at, let's see. He's at 7,500 yards, and these are small guns in 1902. So chances are there's not going to be any hits until we get a little closer. Oh, actually, never mind. There we go. We hit him. Oh, fuck me. That's not good. That's really bad. That is really bad. That's 2 Russian heavy cruisers. That is a weird armament on a heavy cruiser. 14 6-inch guns. He's got a double 6, and then the rest line the sides. Man, these are some weird weird armaments. So what I'm gonna do, I mean, I don't. God damn it. He's got his. Oh, I just took a. Did I take a hit? Is that me taking a hit there? Looks like I took a hit. There we go. No, that must have been just a near miss. Just a near miss, not a big deal. This is not going to be a good battle. The armament on the heavy cruisers is interesting, because if they come straight at me, they might only be able to have... Like if I'm crossing their T, they're probably only going to have 2 to 4 of their 14 6-inch guns firing, where I could have 5 on a broadside. So I might be able to hold them off with my light cruisers for a good long while. You can hear the little explosions. That's various ships opening fire. What I'm trying to do is screen the convoy. The convoy, oh god. Looks like no, they're heading south, aren't they? Yeah. This is gonna be rough because the Russians have more ships in an advantageous position. So this is not oh, I just took a hit in one of my turrets. And did a good amount of damage. That's bad early on. Kowalski class. Wait, Kowalski class. Ooh. So that ship down here was one of my battleships, the Kowalski. But no, that's the Brandenburg. Can I take control of him yet? No, I can't. He's not close enough for me to take actual control over. But that's good, because they don't have any battleships over here. That'll even things out a lot. Now they are doubling around, and my whole point here is going to be to screen the convoy from these enemy ships. So what we're gonna do is swing back around this way. And we're gonna keep. They're just gonna end up firing on closest targets. Right now they're firing on that destroyer, which is fine. Problem is that now they're getting close. Oh, hit to the superstructure. Limited. Okay, hit to the superstructure limited by coal bunker. So that shouldn't have been a big. No, that was not a bad hit. Not a bad hit at all. I really wish I could control the Brandenburg myself, but I can't. He's too far away for me to assume control over. I'm taking hits here. If I could... See, I'm trying to get it to the point, because I don't want to fight their heavy cruisers alone. Ooh. Kowalski fires at unknown ship. I thought I saw a hit over here. So the Kowalski's opening fire. Alright, good. Alright, let's swing back around. I want to cut the T, yeah, cross the T here, but I don't know if that's going to be happening. And this is actually not going too bad. I'm keeping them away from the transports, taking hits, which sucks. Let's swoop south. Bring our guns to bear. Alright, can I control you yet? Damn it. I don't know if it's going to let me at all. But I really want to control the Brandenburg, because that is what's going to keep me alive. Or keep my ships alive, at least. Nope, it's not going to let me control them at all. Which is bad, because they've got destroyers, and the AI is really, really good with torpedo runs. Basically, nothing's happened yet. We've taken a couple hits. And this might... I mean, this is not going to be that bad of a battle. We're chasing them away. As much as I want to go get that guy, I don't want to leave the Brandenburg alone with no screens. Losing a battleship in the first engagement would be a disaster. You could tell that how bad the gunnery is. Nobody's hit anything, basically. We've taken a couple of hits. I think we hit them once. Alright, let's go south. You don't really have to worry about collisions too much. It's almost impossible to actually collide with somebody. They're firing at me, I'm firing at them. Straddled, no hits. The hits actually pop up on here in bold, so that's why I'm kind of going quickly here. I don't think this is not going to be a, like, mighty engagement where... that's the doom of the nation. But I do want to see if I can damage them a little bit. Alright, so... yeah. They know... the AI knows that I outclass it, and it is staying away from me. How's the Brandenburg? Brandenburg's keeping them at bay. Hasn't taken any hits yet. Generally, I mean, I think we got... we saved the convoy, I think. We've screened the convoy very well. Oh, turret jammed. Fuck. On the Hella. I would love to sync some of their screens, but I don't know if I see that happening. The fact that I don't control the Brandenburg really scares me because sometimes the AI is really dumb. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's just dumb as bag hammers. So that's why I'm trying to get up here and help it. Still no hits. Still nothing. Torpedo, oh, DV2. So this guy just took a hit in a torpedo tube. Huge hit. Almost ripped the ship in half. Torpedo, well no, his torpedo tubes are not underwater. That's what I forgot. I was like, underwater torpedo tubes are almost impossible to hit. His are on the deck. Straddled. Yeah, we're not hitting anything. Whoa! Fuck. The lead ship here. Let's see. One hit from a light gun. Hit to the coal bunker. Limited damage. From a medium gun. Fire control damage. That's bad. He's got some flooding too. He's taken 5 hits. That's not good. I've not scored nearly that. So let's swoop around here and get behind the Brandenburg. Normally what I would do is I would assume control of the Brandenburg. And I would control him and just then put the light cruisers. Misunderstood signals. Actually, you know what? It looks to me like they're retreating. I mean, the Brandenburg's still fighting, so this is the point where I'd be like, okay, they've abandoned the attack on the convoy. Leave it be. You don't need to chase them. Let's put it on speed. Yeah, speed it up here now. And we can retreat because we've lost contact. Okay, we've lost contact. And that's why they decided to retreat. Night was coming. Okay, let's keep this going. Let's put it on ultra fast. And we're just going to retreat. Okay. That's that. You have to wait, either go to a port or wait till the battle the time elapse down here. Let's put this on medium. And let's just tell them to go down. I think the time's gonna elapse before we get anywhere, but we protected the convoy. We took some damage. They're gonna get a little bit more points because they damaged me more than I damaged them, but I think we're okay. I think we'll be all right. Well, that's fine. We're going home. Was that night, or was that just like heavy? Was that just a storm or something? That wasn't night. Well, no, that was the night. That was the whole night. All right, so light damage to two light cruisers and a destroyer, and they've got light damage to 1 light cruiser. So I mean, I got a little bit of a bonus here because the merchant survived, and so actually I came out the winner there. They damaged more ships, but I protected the convoy, which is cool. So we can just how is it? End game. There we go. Leave scenario. Okay, so I got a little bit more victory points than them. Very nice. Monthly balance. What do we got under construction here? 4 months, 5 months. So what we need to do is start fucking with the Russians. And we're going to do that by sending... Well, let's do this. You guys are going to go raiding in Northern Europe. So if we look, Russia has most of their stuff in Northern Europe, and then some of it in Northeast Asia. So we could... Why don't we do this? In service, let's take this guy and go move ship. We're going to move him to Northeast Asia. Where is it? North America, North American West, West Africa, North. I can't? Why is it not in here? Northeast Asia. Move ships. They not have the range to get there, maybe? Oh, he's on foreign service right now, that's why. Hang on. Close this. You know what we're going to do instead? We're going to move one of these guys. Move ship. Southeast Asia. Oh, there it is. Fuck me. There the whole time. Yeah, so he's on a raider over there. We need at least 4 ships to patrol our coastline. So we're going to take the minesweepers and we're going to set them to coastal patrol. Yep. And then we are going to go through the war. The Russian raider sinks 4 CA Rossiya. Sinks 4 German merchant ships. That's bad. So they've got raiders in my land. Operation of our ally USA adds 10 VP. And let's see, what do we got here? Ooh, we got another battle. Looks a little bit more even this time, so let's accept it and see what happens. Sometimes you accept a battle and it turns into, so we just got the Brandon. This is the only ship we're controlling this time. This is the only ship we have. It's just the Brandenburg out here by itself. So we're just going to let 5 minutes go by and see what we see. And we're going to go max speed. We're going to turn towards our foe here. Looks like it's going pretty slow. Spotted as a heavy cruiser. But I don't think a heavy cruiser would be out by itself. It is a heavy cruiser. Interesting. So here's our firing range. If you haven't picked that up on this button right here, picture course. So we're going to close with this Russian heavy cruiser. It's an armored cruiser. 14 3-inch guns, 14 6-inch guns, the same class that we came across before. And we are going to open fire on it. So I'm opening fire with my big guns. He's opening fire with whatever he's got. He's going to turn and run, which is smart because he can go faster than me. Chances are what's going to happen is he's going to get away. As you can see, the distance, he's getting closer to the edge of my range here. Every one of those little white dots is a missed shot. So let's just do this. Chase him away. Some battles just turn out to be non-starters. Some of them turn into massive fleet actions, and some of them are just blah. That's what happened. Oh, let's put that back down to normal. He got back in range. Oh, he hit me in the conning tower. Scheiße. I'm a little surprised. It was a 6-inch hit. Didn't do any damage, but he hit me. All right, we hit him with our secondary armament. You can't exactly tell what you did to them. Brandenburg took a hit to the superstructure from a medium gun. I was really hoping it was one of the 10-inch guns that hit him, but it wasn't. It was a 7-inch gun. I'm really hoping for a lucky hit here to an engine room or a rudder or something, so I can catch this guy. I don't know the name of the ship, but this could be the raider that sank a bunch of turret jammed. Could be the raider that sank a bunch of my ships. So my turret jammed. I don't know what this guy why he just did that. He's slow. Well, I did. Looks like I damaged him. Medium damage. He's slowed to 15 knots. Is my turret still jammed? Yep. My 10-inch guns are in a jammed turret, so I'm only firing my 7s right now. The 7s that can be brought to bear. I'm just gonna let this play out. Ah, back in action. The turret's back in action. He's getting out of range again. So what's the distance? 9,600 yards. For lucky, he'll do another weird juke. Maybe we got a lucky hit to an engine room or something like that, because he definitely slowed down. He's out of range. Preparing for a course change here. He's leading me back up this way, but he's in my territory still, so... Let's just speed this up again. Yeah. And night has fallen. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this battle. It looks like I'm going to head back to a port as fast as it goes. So lower my speed so we're not stressing out the engines here. All right, it's over. So I came out pretty much unscathed. I did a light damage to their convoy raider there. No big deal. Leave the scenario. Got a little bit of victory points for that. Not much, but a little bit. Russia, yeah. I bet that's that ship, because it's a heavy cruiser. Alright, we're gonna accept battle and see what we see. What do we got? Boring battle. Well, let's see. We only got destroyers. But it looks like we might be able to catch some transports here. Yeah. They got a destroyer themselves, but we're just going to try to knock out some of their transports here with our destroyers. I mean, what is our torpedo range? That's the torpedo range right now. So chances are, torpedoes are really hard to use. Oh, yeah. When you're at like 300 meters, the hits come fast and furious. Alright, so we're just gonna kind of circle this guy, take him out. And you can fire at him, you know. Cruising speed. I don't know why they're not. Is he heavily damaged? It's heavily damaged, but they're not firing. Huh, that's weird. Alright, let's go after that destroyer. See if we can sink it. And that popped off really quick because I just happened to hit space while it popped up, but it was sinking. That's why it wasn't, they weren't firing at him. But that asked me if I wanted to dispatch one of my destroyers to pick up survivors. You get bonus points for that. Destroyer. Another one. If I could take out a couple of their destroyers, that'd be nice. But let's go after this one. All the other ones are on AI control, but they're set to follow me. I don't need torpedo range on, but gun range would be useful. We've only got 2 guns, right? 2 3-inch guns. 2 3-inch guns. They got way more guns than me. But I was planning on, I was hoping I was going to be able to rebuild, get a more modern destroyer built before any sort of combat or anything. But I just realized we are way over on time here, and this is going to be a boring combat, I think. I'm just going to wipe up some transport. So we're going to end this episode, and I'll pick it up tomorrow probably at the end of this battle. So if you have enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys next time.